Tell Kim Jong-un nuke this shit. I just don't want to be here when Kim Jong-un press that red button. But they nuke this shit, so shit started to fall out of New Vegas. Please, Kim Jong-un, press that button. Press.
The number one target for all South Koreans, Johnny Somali, the most hated American guy in South Korea.
In today's world of digital influence, one viral moment can spark global consequences. Social media influencers have built their empire on pushing the boundaries of what's acceptable, often blurring the lines between entertainment and real-world impacts.
The number one target for all South Koreans, Johnny Somali, the most hated American guy in South Korea.
But what happens when an influencer goes too far? When a single video isn't just a viral hit, but the spark for an international crisis? This is the situation unfolding with Johnny Somali, a notorious internet personality known for his outrageous stunts and controversial opinions.
His name is Johnny. He's the guy they made that song after, Johnny, Johnny, Yes, Papa.
Johnny, Johnny.
Yes, Papa.
It's not Jack Doherty. It's not Neon. It's not Vitalik. It's Johnny.
Do you remember me?
You know who Johnny is? Johnny Somali?
I don't hate Japanese people.
But this time, he's crossed a line that no one saw coming, provoking North Korea, a regime that doesn't take insults lightly. This is not just another internet scandal. It's a geopolitical nightmare, one that could have consequences far beyond social media. As the world watches, Johnny Somali's actions have already begun to reverberate throughout the global political landscape. Could a single viral video from a provocative YouTuber trigger a crisis that no one anticipated?
How much trouble is he actually facing? How bad things really are for this disrespectful IRL streamer?
I've been told by a lot of people here that the international coverage of this issue is significantly helping expedite this. So that's actually a really good thing.
Stay tuned as we unpack the story that could reshape international relations and the balance of power on the Korean peninsula. 1. But that's not all. Johnny Somali's rise to fame is nothing short of extraordinary. He's a figure who thrives on controversy, deliberately pushing the boundaries of decency and respectability with each new video. His content is meticulously crafted to shock, provoke, and entertain, while appealing to his vast online following.
I read that in Judaism, you guys believe that some people in the world are just born evil.
Somali's videos are a blend of bold, often controversial commentary, rebellious stunts, and actions that challenge societal norms, cultural customs, and even local laws.
I call Sneeko a fake Muslim. That want to say he's a fake Muslim. Be hate watching me, bro. Your favorite streamer hate watches me, bro. It's terrible, bro.
His audience, largely made up of young people drawn to his unapologetic persona, sees him as a symbol of fearless defiance. Someone willing to take risks and challenge authority at any cost. For years, Johnny has been no stranger to controversy.
I didn't pay for no lawyer. I knew I was guilty anyway. What the fuck I paid for a lawyer for? So I got the. If you write less than 3,500 in Japan, y'all give me a free game. Write less than 3,500 in Japan, get a free lawyer and free translator for the whole case and the trial.
He's carried out pranks in foreign countries, made light of sensitive cultural and political issues, and confronted local authorities head-on. For Somali, the thrill of breaking societal rules, of going beyond the line, is the driving force behind his brand.
I'm the most demonic that ever turned a camera on. I'm the most evil person that ever used the internet. I'm the most evil person to ever use a camera. I'm a deviant. I am a criminal. What I don't do off camera, will never.
Every video pushes a little further, each stunt getting wilder and more audacious. However, his latest stunt has taken this rebellion to an entirely new and far more dangerous level.
It just shows how petty it kind of was. Like, it was just like, we need to catch him for one little thing because we can't get him for anything else. He's not breaking the law.
This time, Johnny didn't simply cross the line. He set off a geopolitical firestorm that could have devastating consequences. The video in question, titled "Inside the DMZ: A Message to North Korea," was uploaded in early November 2024, and it quickly went viral for all the wrong reasons. In this shocking footage, Somali crosses into the Demilitarized Zone, DMZ, the heavily fortified 160-mile-long buffer zone between North Korea and South Korea. The DMZ is widely considered one of the most heavily militarized areas in the world, patrolled by soldiers on both sides, and regarded as an international flashpoint. Unauthorized entry is not only forbidden, but considered an act of provocation.
Building, we could walk onto the North Korean side of it. But if I were to do that outside the building, to actually step over that line here, what would happen to me?
What would happen is all these soldiers here would make an attempt to stop you, especially me. And if once you get over there, there's we can no longer help you.
What would the North Koreans do?
Probably run down there and grab you.
Something that could easily escalate into war. But that wasn't the worst of it. Somali didn't just enter this highly sensitive area. He boldly taunted North Korea's leadership, made inflammatory remarks about Kim Jong-un, and openly mocked the country's military capabilities, daring the regime to react.
I'm outside. I'm at the DMZ, the border of North Korea. These motherfuckers are saying I'm getting 29 years. Y'all not gonna catch me alive.
His reckless behavior crossed a line that no one could have anticipated, and the consequences of his actions could spiral far beyond the realm of internet drama.
Johnny Somali is still posting on Instagram. He's also uploading to Rumble, but it's typically older stuff. It's not stuff that's like anything new, but he's still uploading to Rumble.
What's even more shocking is that Somali didn't do this in a subtle way. His video was filled with direct provocations aimed at one of the most isolated and authoritarian regimes on the planet. This wasn't a harmless prank. It was a direct confrontation with North Korea's sovereignty and Kim Jong-un's leadership. It was a calculated move to gain views and attention, but it may have also triggered a conflict that no one was prepared for. 2. It gets worse. Johnny Somali may have believed he was playing to his usual audience, those who crave excitement, shock value, and controversy. But he seriously underestimated the far-reaching consequences of his actions. His online followers, accustomed to his provocative stunts and fearless disregard for authority, may have found his latest video entertaining, but the geopolitical ramifications were far from the entertainment Johnny anticipated. Within hours of the video being uploaded, North Korea's state-run media erupted with outrage.
I'm gonna laugh like a maniac when I beat the case like OJ. Hashtag Johnny Somali, hashtag Seoul, hashtag Korea, right? If this is the comments here. Trump is not saving your ass. And then Johnny says, I promise you I won't step 1 foot in jail. So he is now telling the judge, I'm not going to jail. He is telling the judge, I'm not going to jail. What do you think that's do you think that's smart, guys?
Somali was swiftly branded a dangerous foreign provocateur, and the North Korean government condemned his behavior as a grave insult to their national pride and sovereignty. The harsh rhetoric didn't stop there. North Korea's leadership issued a public warning, threatening severe repercussions for what they considered an intolerable act of disrespect. The regime's response was swift and unrelenting, highlighting how even a seemingly reckless internet stunt can trigger a diplomatic and political crisis. What was intended as a viral stunt aimed at pushing boundaries had quickly transformed into a diplomatic nightmare, one that could have implications far beyond Somali's fan base and viral fame. In the eyes of North Korea, his actions were not just a mockery, but a direct attack on their government and authority, something that could not go unpunished. This wasn't just another social media beef or a celebrity spat. This was an international crisis in the making.
What is your opinion on all the stuff that is happening with Johnny Somali in Korea? Yeah, he once he finished with the police investigation, he will be deported, and what he did was horrible. Yeah, like of course, his each actions and each videos that he took and each of his contents are full of crimes, of course. Yeah, literally, he will be punished for misdemeanor, defamation, sexual harassment, insults, assault cases.
North Korea is notorious for its aggressive retaliation against any perceived insult, especially when it involves their leader, Kim Jong-un. The country has a long history of using military threats, propaganda, and sometimes even real military action to suppress dissent or foreign criticisms. Somali's video, as harmless as it may have seemed to him, was nothing short of a direct challenge to their authority.
I'm outside. I'm at the DMZ, the border of North Korea. These motherfuckers are saying I'm getting 29 years. Y'all niggas not gonna catch me alive. No! Take me like, I'm willing to be like, who's that black dude? What the fuck his name is? Dennis Rodman? I'm the next Dennis Rodman. Oh! See y'all later. Korean! Shut up, P.R.U.A. Peace out!
The repercussions of Somali's stunt were immediate. North Korea issued a series of highly threatening statements, warning that they would take appropriate action if such insults continued. While the exact nature of that action remains uncertain, experts speculate that North Korea could escalate the situation by ramping up military exercises along the border, or even launching a missile test in retaliation. To make matters worse, South Korea, which has long maintained a fragile peace with the North, found itself caught in the crossfire. The country has worked tirelessly to manage tensions with North Korea, navigating delicate diplomatic relations with both the United States and China. But now, thanks to Johnny Somali's reckless stunt, South Korea was faced with a situation it didn't ask for. The South Korean government was put in an impossible position: condemn Somali's actions without inciting further aggression from North Korea. 3. It gets crazier. As tensions continued to rise, it quickly became apparent that this wasn't just another viral video with a few angry comments. The situation was rapidly escalating into something far more serious. North Korea's threats were intensifying, and the geopolitical ramifications were becoming clear. North Korea, known for its heavy-handed approach to anything it perceives as a threat, had already begun ramping up its military posture. In the past, North Korea has used hostile rhetoric to manipulate its domestic audience and to exert pressure on international powers. But the latest threats following Somali's video seemed different. The regime had already begun conducting military drills near the DMZ.
Nation is pretty much unanimously angry at Ramsey. He is the nation's punching bag. The inscription reads on the side of the statue: "The monument bears witness to the suffering of hundreds of thousands of women and girls, euphemistically called comfort women, who were enslaved by the Japanese Imperial Armed Forces in 13 Asian Pacific countries from 1931 to 1945.
And experts warned that they could escalate to a much higher level. In addition to the growing military presence along the border, North Korea's propaganda machine went into overdrive. State-run media outlets began airing segments condemning Somali and portraying him as a Western agent attempting to disrupt North Korea's sovereignty.
I'm very famous, so people make fake calls. People making fake calls. Yes, Johnny Somali, it's no problem. I'm walking to my home.
The government also issued a formal statement demanding an apology from Somali, accusing him of being a foreign agent trying to destabilize the Korean peninsula. The international community, especially countries like the United States and China, were now facing the possibility of a renewed conflict on the Korean peninsula. South Korea, in particular, found itself walking a fine line. While it condemned Johnny Somali's actions as irresponsible, the South Korean government was also careful not to escalate the situation too far. The last thing South Korea wanted was to provoke North Korea into a military confrontation. 4. The reason this is happening. So why has this seemingly trivial stunt turned into an international incident? The answer lies in the growing influence of digital media and the power of social media influencers.
Until Kim Jong-un nuked this, I just don't want to be here when Kim Jong-un press that red button. They nuked this, so shit turned to Fallout New Vegas. No, please, Kim Jong-un, press that button. Press.
In an age where everyone is connected through platforms like YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, The ability of influencers to shape public opinion and even impact global events is undeniable. Johnny Somali, like many internet personalities, built his brand around controversy and attention. His actions, once seen as mere pranks, now have the potential to send shockwaves across the globe.
That's the national anthem of North Korea. There's something called a National Security Act in Korea, and it is a crime to promote, propagate, or otherwise disseminate North Korean propaganda, etc. in South Korea.
But in the digital age, what once seemed like a harmless stunt is now capable of triggering real-world consequences. The line between entertainment and diplomacy has become increasingly blurred, and digital diplomacy is a new reality that governments must confront. This incident highlights a fundamental shift in how international relations are conducted.
Played North Korean propaganda on the metro, on the bus, at Lotte World, various places. He's gone all around making North Korean statements, etc.
In the past, global diplomacy was confined to formal channels, with governments negotiating behind closed doors. But in today's world, a single viral video can alter the trajectory of global politics. Somali's video didn't just anger North Korea. It exposed a dangerous precedent for how social media stunts can spill over into international crises. 5. But listen to this. Johnny Somali, despite the growing global condemnation, seems unfazed by the controversy he has caused. His videos continue to push boundaries, and he remains a polarizing figure online. For Somali, the lines between right and wrong are blurred. What matters most is engagement, views, and maintaining his rebellious persona.
If you like North Korea so much, go there, please. Go to North Korea, please. Please, the South Koreans, you obviously don't like the South Koreans, okay? They don't like you, you don't like them. So go to North Korea. I mean, it's just a stone's throw away. Go to North Korea. Maybe they will like you. Maybe you'll like them. Spoiler alert, probably won't.
In this world of viral content, it's easy to see why he's willing to provoke such dangerous reactions. But the situation is becoming increasingly dangerous. North Korea is not a country known for backing down, especially when its sovereignty is challenged. While Johnny Somali's behavior may have been driven by a need for views and attention, it's clear that the repercussions go far beyond anything he could have anticipated. If North Korea takes further military action, it could destabilize the region. South Korea would be forced to respond, and the international community would be dragged into a conflict that could have catastrophic consequences for global peace and stability. What started as a stunt for Sashi Kwai, social media clicks, could now be the trigger for a diplomatic crisis that escalates into a much larger conflict. What's next? As tensions continue to rise, the world watches in anticipation. Will Johnny Somali continue to provoke, or will he back down and issue an apology?
I'm gonna thank Allah for bringing me from Korea. Thank Allah. I'm gonna pray to Rakat to thank Allah. Allah Akbar.
And he's take salat with wrong way.
Allah Akbar. Allah Akbar. Allah Akbar.
And how will North Korea respond to what they view as a direct insult? Could this incident truly lead to a larger conflict, or will it eventually fade into the background as another viral moment? This situation raises broader questions about the role of social media and influencers in the global arena. Can we afford to let viral content drive international diplomacy? What does this mean for the future of global conflict? Somali's actions, while motivated by the pursuit of online fame, have now exposed a new vulnerability in international relations: the intersection of digital media and diplomacy. The fallout from this incident is far from over, and the global community will have to reckon with the new reality of digital diplomacy. As this crisis continues to unfold, the world will be forced to reconsider how influencers impact our understanding of international relations. Johnny Somali's actions could very well serve as a wake-up call, One that reminds us all that in the digital age, no action is without consequence. As the situation continues to evolve, it's crucial to stay informed on the latest updates. This incident is far from over, and its implications could shape the future of international diplomacy. Don't miss out on key developments. Subscribe to our newsletter or follow us on social media for real-time updates and expert analysis. Stay connected as we navigate this high-stakes drama together. What's your take on Johnny Somali's actions? Let us know in the comments and be part of the conversation. The future of global relations is changing. Will you be ready?